I found 5 viral Ninja Creami recipes and they sucked, so I made my own. We've got Ghost Coffee Ice Cream, Rise Marshmallow, Ghost Chips Ahoy, Legion Coconut Cream, and Rise Skippy. Before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button, leave some comments for the algorithm, even if you're just talking trash. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, but I don't really care if you subscribe. All right, so I just invented all 5 of these recipes. I haven't actually tried them yet. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be good, but I'm gonna mix them up and try them as we go. We're gonna go through all 5 recipes, and I'll put all 5 recipes in the description in case you wanna try them. All right, first up, we've got the Chips Ahoy Ninja Creami. On pretty much all these, I use like 4 ounces almond milk, 2 ounces Fairlife milk, 2 scoops of protein powder. One of them has a little bit different liquid, but they're all pretty similar. You can, find the recipe in the description for that part. But right now, we're just mixing them up and trying them. We're always gonna mix these on the light ice cream setting. Once that's done mixing, we're gonna pull that out. And then we need to make a little cave in the center, little hole for things to go in. That's good, doesn't have to be perfect. And then this one is chocolate chip. So I think we need some kind of chocolate chips. Dark chocolate, in my opinion, is always way better. You can use any dark chocolate you want. 90 is like pretty dark and it has a little bit less like creamy texture to it. So you can use like 70, whatever you want. Or you can use milk chocolate chips if you're a child and you don't like dark chocolate for some reason. So I'm just gonna do one of these squares and we're gonna break it up into little chunks. And if you wanted, you could even just mix this up. You could do the extra spin cycle and then just toss these in so they don't get broken up even more. Put them in the center, put those in. And if you want with any of the recipes, you can add like a little more liquid if you don't like to put a lot of toppings in yours. I generally like a lot of toppings, this one not. But you can see there's a lot of room in here, and if I would have added more liquid, it would have had a little more ice cream. The liquid in the instructions is kind of like a starting point, but you can add more or less depending on how you like your creamies. But I would use 2 scoops of protein. It won't taste that good with one. Ooh, that looks delicious. Ooh, I don't want to waste any. Gotta get that in there. But we're also gonna add a topping of some crushed up Chips Ahoy, just 1 cookie. Don't want to go overboard with it and turn your protein ice cream into like a regular ice cream. Smash it. I kind of usually let mine sit for a little while to let like all the ingredients get a little mushier. Yeah, you can see that's like half full because I didn't use much liquid, but the less liquid you use, the more like dense the flavor is. Give it a rating from 1 to 10. 1 being like a paw cup. What do you call those dog ice creams? Yeah, it's like a pup cup. And then 10 is like Ben and Jerry's. It literally tastes exactly like a Chips Ahoy. Like doesn't have any protein aftertaste, anything like that. Let's get a little chunk of chocolate. Got that crunch. I would say 8.5 out of 10. All right, next we are using the Coconut Cream Legion protein powder. You can use code Brendan on this. 20% off your first order, 10%. This is a recipe I invented a while ago, so it's a little bit cheating, but I know it's good. And it is called the Blueberry Cocoa Nutty. Let's mix it up. Light ice cream. So this one, usually they'll come out like that and you don't have to carve out the center. This one, we are gonna put some almond slivers, a little bit in the bottom, and then we're gonna scoop blueberries. This one you want a lot of blueberries. It's gonna give it like a chewy texture, and if you don't put enough, I don't know, it'll like make the cream purple, but it won't actually have that good crunchy texture. So you pretty much just fill it up with le blueberries. Push these in. Blueberries are very low calorie, so don't worry about it. Like you can do like 200 grams and it doesn't add that many calories for what you're getting. This one, you do want to use less liquid if you're gonna use a lot of blueberries like this, because it leaves a lot of room in the cup to get that right amount of blueberries in there. If it were frozen and it were like up to here, you just wouldn't be able to fit in enough blueberries. Mix in. Boom. Nice and purple. I could have probably even added a little more blueberries than that. Also with a lot of my creamies, I like to kind of mix them in with a spoon afterwards as well. And I don't want to like give them all like amazing ratings, but honestly, I'm just kind of really good at coming up with Ninja Creami recipes. And I'm not even lying to you. Like you can try it and then leave a comment and be like, you lied, that one sucked. But I don't think you will. I think you'd be like, I don't know, really good. I haven't had this one in a while. So good. Tastes like coconut. You don't really taste the blueberry exactly, but it gives it like a great texture. A ton of antioxidants. You can tell people you're being healthy and eating blueberries. Like, I have 200 grams of blueberries every single day in my ice cream. I don't want to give them all the same rating, but you know what? I think this one's a little better than the Chips Ahoy one. It kind of depends if you love coconut or not. I'm gonna say 8.8 out of 10. Next up, we have the Marshmallow Rise protein. Never even tried this protein powder before, so we'll see how it goes, if my instincts paid off. Sometimes if the protein powder isn't good, there's like nothing you can do to make the ice cream taste good, but we'll see. All right, for this one, I'm going for like a s'mores type stuff. So rather than graham crackers, golden grahams actually have a lot more flavor. I use them in my creamies all the time. I've tried using graham crackers. They don't add that much flavor, so golden grahams way better. Then I've got some mini marshmallows. These ones have a lot more flavor. They're a little crunchy, like Lucky Charm type marshmallows, but you can use regular little marshmallows if you want, or you can do a mix, because the regular little marshmallows have a better texture, if you want that like chewy texture. Make sure you get your little hole to stick things in. 20 grams golden grams, 20 grams of golden grams. Dig your little monkey paws into your cereal. You can add as much as you want. If you're actually trying to track your macros and get right, then you know, weigh it out, but put about 5 grams of these. And you could also add like a little bit of dark chocolate if you wanted to make like a straight up s'mores, but I'm just doing this today. It's good to go. Can't really see the toppings. They're mostly in the bottom. Probably mix it up with a spoon a little bit to get more even distribution. So we got that nice golden color. Let's give it a try. That's good. Definitely tastes marshmallowy. Doesn't have a bad like protein aftertaste, but I would say it's not as great as the other ones. So I'd give this one probably like a 6.5. It's definitely good. I'd probably have it again, but it's not the best one I've ever had. Next, we have the Rise Skippy. Pretty excited about this one. It smells good, and peanut butter is generally good. This one actually has like 5 grams of peanut butter and 1/3 of a banana in the premix. So it's more of a peanut butter banana flavor. All right, that's done mixing. We're gonna mix in a Nutter Butter peanut butter cookie. How could it be disgusting? I mean, you could have probably mixed in dog poop and then you add a Nutter Butter cookie and it's delicious. There you go, we got that nice hole to stick things down. We're gonna use 1 cookie. If you wanna be a chunky monkey, you could use 2, you could use 4, but don't expect that you're gonna be jacked or shredded unless you're 400 pounds of steel and sex appeal already, of like just shredded, you know, like America's Strongest Man or the World's Strongest Man, whatever that's called. That's gonna be our only mix in. But remember, we already have some peanut butter and banana. All right, that delicious Nutter Butter heaven is done mixing in. Ooh, look at that. Perfect consistency. Don't want to waste any. Always scrape the blades. Get that back in there. You don't want to lose like 1/2 gram of protein or you'll probably shrink and die. We got one more thing we're gonna add as a topping. We're gonna grab a Reese's cup, a mini dark chocolate. Remember, dark chocolate always tastes better, but if you're like one of those adults that eats like a child, you get like just ketchup plain burger, then you can use your little milk chocolate. Most of us adults will get this dark chocolate, break it up into little pieces, put that topping on there. Now that's worth $20 million. This is like Ben & Jerry's style. Let's get a bite with some Reese's included. That should be illegal. Let's try with no Reese's, just to make sure that the actual thing tastes good. Yeah, that one's bomb. If you love peanut butter, that's for sure gonna be your favorite one. And I would say 8.9. It's just edging out the previous winner by just a little bit. But if you love peanut butter, it'll probably edge it out by like 17 points. I like peanut butter. It's not like my absolute favorite thing in the world, but definitely recommend trying this one. Last but not least, we got coffee ice cream from Ghost. And when I say last but not least, it could be least, I don't know. It might be the worst flavor, but we'll see. I actually love coffee flavored stuff. Most people do. See how it goes. All right, coffee, good hole. You know it's good texture. You know you've done a good job if there's a good hole already and you don't have to carve it out yourself. It smells like straight up coffee. This actually has like a tablespoon of this premix, whatever you call this stuff, like ghetto coffee. But I use the decaf, so I don't add a bunch of caffeine to it, so you could have it at night if you wanted to. Anyway, what we're gonna mix in is some Heath bar. I figured toffee and coffee would go good together, kind of complement each other. They kind of taste similar, and then you wanna get some good stuff stuck in your teeth so you can taste it for hours after you're done. 1.5 squares-ish. That'd be good, and then maybe we'll add a little bit extra on top. Try to mix this in. And all these recipes also, if you get the PDF or if it's in the description, they have like optional toppings as well. So like, you know, whipped cream, different types of toppings. Depending on which recipe, you don't have to use the exact ones I use here, or you could even come up with your own. Good to go. That one got a little more liquidy than I generally like. So what you could do if you don't like them that much, that liquidy, you can put it back in the fridge for like, or freezer for like 30, 40 minutes, it'll get a little harder. Or instead of doing that second mix-in feature, if it already looks like a good texture after the first light ice cream thing, you could just put your toppings in and mix them with your spoon, and you're good to go. So we add a little extra Heath toppings on there, get a little piece of candy in there. That's good. Has a very strong coffee flavor. So if you like any kind of like frappuccino, latte, it tastes very similar to that. I'm not getting any protein aftertaste. All these protein powders today were like perfect, because sometimes the protein powder will cause the Ninja Creami to suck because it'll have this weird like artificial flavor. A lot of like fruity ones are terrible to use. And a lot of chocolate is hard to find a good one, but all the ones we used today were really good. This one, coffee, I would say is better than the, which one wasn't that great? The marshmallow?
It was the
marshmallow. So I would say like 8.2, pretty good, pretty solid. If you like coffee, definitely a good one. All right, that is all 5 Ninja Creami recipes. They'll be in the description or maybe some kind of link to the PDF, I'm not sure, but you can use them, try them out. They're all great. Just choose whichever flavor you think you'll like the most. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, leave some comments for the algorithm, comment which one you think would be your favorite, or comment something negative about me, that I'm like a loser, I'm short, my mustache is terrible, something like that. Peace out.